How's it going, Rogues Gallery? Today we have another Flesh and Blood video, and today we have our very first Flesh and Blood Mail Day video and card discussion. So what we're going to do for today's video, I figured it'd be pretty fun. We're going to open up this package that I got from Fab Foundry. These are cards that I bought for myself, you know, for my personal collection, not a sponsored thing. But though I do have an affiliate link with Fab Foundry, you know, link in the description down below. They're an excellent place to get Flesh and Blood singles. I, you know, personally get my singles from them, hence the package here. But yeah, we're going to open this up. I'm going to show you what I picked up. They are some of the best cards in Flesh and Blood currently, and I have a feeling they're going to be some of the best cards in Flesh and Blood for a very, very long time. They are alpha print. They are from Welcome to Wraith, but other than that, I'm not really going to tell you what they are. They're not foil. You know, the foil versions of these are quite expensive. Even the not foil versions are also quite expensive. So I got a full playset here just to fill out my collection. After we open this package up, I will then, you know, talk about the cards and tell you, you know, why I picked them up, and just, you know, we'll discuss why they are so good and such, you know, an iconic part of Flesh and Blood history. So yeah, without further ado, let's open this up. You know, this is the you know, bottom side. I do have, you know, Fab Foundry right there, and let's just do it, man. So I actually haven't opened this up at all yet. It came in the mail yesterday, or or the day before, something like that, and I've just kind of been holding on to it just to make this video. It is very well packaged, by the way, and here we have, you know, excellent packaging. I do like the black bubble wrap, or the black you know, bubble mailer. Here we have this little thank you note from Fab Foundry. I have another little note in here, but I took it off screen. Just kind of spoiled what cards are coming. The owner of this company, Fab Foundry, he's fairly local to me. I live in the Portland, Oregon area. He also lives in the Portland, Oregon area. He's a very, very nice dude. I've talked to him in person, which is one of the reasons why I support them, because really nice dude, really excellent pricing. You know, it's kind of like the complete package. But here's a little thank you thing if you would like to read about it. He does have a lot of stuff that helps support the Flesh and Blood communities, which I think is actually incredibly excellent. You know, he's been really pushing to have tournaments, giveaways, all sorts of stuff. So highly, highly recommend Fab Foundry. He also has a YouTube channel too, where he opens up booster boxes. He also has a thing where they it's like a sponsored box where you would pay for a box and then he would open it up on screen, and then he would ship you all the cards and that kind of stuff, which I think is very, very cool. So we are at the precipice here. I do need a box cutter, so let me go grab a box cutter. All right, regular old box cutter. We're gonna cut this very carefully. In fact, I'm not even gonna cut near the cards at all. I'm gonna cut right on in to the cardboard. And yeah. Oh wait, there's more cutting. More cutting that needs to be done. All right, this is quite, you know, quite well sealed, and I greatly appreciate it, as not only a player of Flesh and Blood, but also a collector, you know, collector of card games in general. If you've seen my channel, you would know I like to collect my card games. I appreciate the packaging. All right, here we go. Slow roll the cards. So like I said, these are alpha print versions of the card. I really wanted to get some alpha print versions before, I don't want to say they all dried up, but while I could at a decent price, because these are a truly classic card for Flesh and Blood, and I think it's going to be a huge card in the game, you know, down the road. I mean, it already is a huge card in the game, but you know what I'm saying. I think it'll appreciate in value. And the card is Enlightened Strike. Yeah, I love this card. I have a huge history with Enlightened Strike. In my very first booster box of Flesh and Blood, I opened up a alpha print Welcome to Wraith, and I got a foil Enlightened Strike. So this, I'm going to take out these out very carefully. This is a full playset of the alpha print Enlightened Strike. Oh, dude, beautiful, beautiful cards. These are not cheap these days. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much I paid for these, but they are, you know, around 70 bucks a piece or more, depending on where you get them. Absolutely fantastic, pack fresh cards. Each of these is going to get a, you know, perfect fit sleeve. And these are going to be in my decks. You know, if I pull some unlimited ones in the case openings that I will be doing soon, and I got some case openings of unlimited Welcome to Wraith, I'll probably be using those ones to play. But these ones are ones that I just really wanted for my personal collection. And what I like so much about these is that they have the pink pitch here. Now, I don't know if you can tell just by looking at these cards alone. So let me grab some cards I have at hand, and we'll just compare them. So actually, I have my my rare binder here, or at least my chase rare binder here. The camera's zoomed in quite a bit, so you won't be able to see all that much, but let's just compare it to a random card. Let's grab this, you know, let's compare it to a random, well, not a random. I'm going to pick this one specifically. We're gonna compare it to this Coax of Commotion, right? Which is one of the Chase generic Majestics from Crucible of War. And I'll take it out of its perfect fit sleeve too, just so we can kind of compare. We can compare and contrast here. So yeah, look at the color of the pitch. So this was a print error in the first print versions of the Alpha Welcome to Wraith, where the pitch is actually pink instead of red. And I think that will actually have a, I don't know if it'll be a huge impact, but just getting like the pink pitch versions of these, for me personally as a collector, I think is awesome. It's just kind of like a unique thing. You know, these are the alpha versions, as you can see down here where it just says M, doesn't have the big old red M. Yeah, so thank you so much, Fab Foundry. They had an excellent price on these. I think they are sold out currently, but I would highly recommend checking them out. And we are going to talk about this card. So let me, do I want to sleeve it up now? I'll leave it a little bit unsleeved for now. I'll put Coax of Commotion back. You know, I'll put it back. I'll put it back in its perfect fit, and we'll kind of slide it over. So this is Enlightened Strike is the premier Majestic from Welcome to Wraith, just hands down. It is basically the best card in the set, except for the Fyendal Spring Tunic, but they're kind of different. You know, that one's an equipment. This one is a attack action. Some might argue that the Heart is better, but in terms of gameplay, I don't think the Heart is better. It's good and it's super rare and super valuable, but Enlightened Strike is like the playable. This goes in almost any single deck. You know, not Wizard, but you can put this in almost every single other deck because it is just so good and so versatile. The other main Chase Majestic from Welcome to Wraith is this one right here, Tome of Fyendal, and these are basically the two main hits from Welcome to Wraith when you're opening booster packs, and especially first edition or alpha print booster packs. You really want to be pulling these cards, and like I said, I really needed these Enlightened Strikes to fill out my alpha, you know, collection, and those are some of the last ones that I needed, other than the couple, like 2 or 3 legendaries I need. So here we have Tome of Fyendal compared to Enlightened Strike. These are going to be very iconic cards in Flesh and Blood. We're going to look back on this in years and be like, yo, those are true classics. Tome of Fyendal is great because it lets you draw cards and also gain some life if you play it from your arsenal. And then the Enlightened Strike is just so good. So let me sleeve back up the Tome of Fyendal, and then we'll talk about these Enlightened Strikes and what makes them so good, because I believe them to be arguably one of the best cards in the entire game. I think a lot of people would agree that they're one of the best cards in Flesh and Blood right now, if not the best card. But you know, some people may disagree. They may think, you know, maybe you know, Command and Conquer is a better card, or maybe people might argue Art of War. Maybe I think the real discussion is between Enlightened Strike and Command and Conquer. But Enlightened Strike, it is a generic generic attack action. It has a cost of 0, defensive 3, and 5 damage. It is a red, or in this case, pink pitch. It says, as an additional cost to play Enlightened Strike, put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. So it doesn't technically cost 0 here. It does have a cost where you have to put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck, which is basically like pitching, except you can't spend that pitch to play anything else. But, you know, I don't think that's that big of a deal because this has 3 very powerful effects. So it says choose 1. You can draw cards. You can immediately replace that card that you tucked on the bottom of your deck if you need to, you know, if you want to put it in your arsenal, or you gave this go again somehow through other means. so you can play that card. It also says Enlightened Strike gains +2 damage, so it's a, could be a 0 cost 7 damage, which is a very, very common mode for this. Or you can give it Go Again, which is excellent. 0 cost 5 damage, or maybe even like a 1 card from your hand, 5 damage. Go Again is quite good. This card is very, very efficient. It also synergizes with a lot of effects and cards that want to synergize with low-cost cards like Nimblism or the Snapdragon Scalers. And just the fact that it is so versatile makes it just, unparalleled. You can make it into just a single heavy-hitting attack. You can give a Go Again if you have more things that you want to do in your turn. You can draw a card for whatever reason if you'd like to draw a card, maybe to, arsenal at the end of your turn, or maybe use that card for something else, to pitch for, I don't know, an instant or something if you have in your hand. Enlightened Strike is actually my favorite card in Flesh and Blood right now. So I was very, very happy to, find a good seller so I can pick up my full playset of these. Like I said before, I have opened this on the channel before. I opened up a foil version. That foil version I have since parted ways with, but I really wanted to get these non-foil versions for my collection. Please let me know what you think of Enlightened Strike in the comments down below. What card is your favorite card from Welcome to Wraith, or just, in Flesh and Blood in general? If you like the video, then maybe leave a like, comment, and or subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it helps the channel oh so very much. Maybe share this with your friends who are into Flesh and Blood. If you'd like to support me directly, definitely check out my Patreon, where I have some tiers there where I give cards back to you as a thanks for supporting me. Flesh and Blood is my most popular game on my Patreon, and I give cards back to you every single month. Sometimes they are rares, or sometimes they are booster packs, depending on which tier you sign up for. So if you do, definitely read those tiers. Like I said, certain tiers give you booster packs, some tiers give you just random rares and foils. I always try to give cards back from the latest set, so folks are getting Crucible of War right now. And I think I've blabbered long enough. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more card game content. We'll see you later.